Hello everybody. I got two pictures like this at the thrift store once, and I got them because this little extra trim spot, I'm gonna do a picture kind of like another one I've done, kind of like this, remember it? But I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna leave that green and paint all that. See, this is kind of the beige. I'm gonna paint all that beige inside and paint that white like this is. Except I'll distress that. I'm gonna distress this one a little heavier because it's got the dark with it. And if I don't like the green, I can always go back and do pink on it. And I'll show you what I've done so far. Okay, and because the picture has that kind of, you know, coffee stain look, I'm going to do this white part like I did that white part. I'm going to put my stained glaze right in there where it'll just, you know, blend a little better. Okay, so far, I taped off the green area, trying to keep it from getting paint on it. And I've already distressed this little edge. And I put, I don't know if you can see it, I put some glue in the corners. It was white wood glue. And then I used a blow dryer all over it to try to get some crackle. So maybe you can see it. Just for a little bit of the age look. Got some big old crackle, don't I? Let's see how it looks when I pull the tape back. Voila! That looks pretty good. I think it'll look good. And that'll give, because the other one, a lot of people don't want that much pink in their house. And so I think this will be a good option. I'll try it. I think it's going to be pretty. Check this out. Got a little handle. And a drawer, and the sides will lock upward, and it's got a shelf at the bottom and a tray. And I got it to paint and sell, and then I decided, well, I'll show you the top. It's pretty bad shape, got a big gash here, and so I'm going to use it for a work table until I decide not to. Then I can always paint it later. And when I'm working on something I don't finish, I can wheel it in the other room. Well, that's the plan anyway. Okay, I'm using the Waverly Chalk Paint Mineral Color and my JRV brush from JammyRayVintage.com. And I need a smaller one, but I don't have a smaller one. So, and they're pretty expensive, so it'll just have to wait. Okay, I'm going to try to do the words with this. It might be too light. We'll see. I should have taped it down. I always say, I don't ever think to do it. Okay. That'll work. Okay. And this is rice paper. You can see the chunks. Oh, my phone's going crazy. Okay, I think that looks fairly even. So I'm just going to paint it right on the... This rice paper is pretty tough. And you know they got the word printed on the picture. I don't like that, but you know the brand, I guess. don't know why I didn't just paint it on the board, but okay. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up this mat. Trying to make sure I don't have any air bubbles. I don't want to drag this brush over these words too much. It might start to remove them. Okay, now let me get my finger marks out of it. Okay. Now go to this end. Yeah, I've been working on a chandelier today. And this. And look at the mosquito bite. Mosquitoes are crazy lately. And I got that because, you know, I was videoing this. And my legs is just feeling all heavy and my breathing horrible. You know, been working on a lot of projects. I'm not really doing a whole lot physical. I think maybe almost a week ago was the last really physical stuff I done. And I think. And so I figured, you know, I need to go out and move around. So there's a hill between me and the house next door, which used to be my mom and dad's house. And so I just walked up and down it a few times. Because if you sit too long and don't do anything like that, what is that you can get? Thrombosis or something like that. Like a blood clot that can go to your lungs. I guess it could go somewhere else too, I don't know. Maybe it's thrombosis, I don't know. But anyway, I just figured I needed to. And I used to walk up that hill. You know, that's the way I'd walk up to Mom and Daddy's. And I wouldn't be gasping and all that. Tell you what, that CLPD, it's rough. Or I don't remember gasping like that anyway. Of course, that was years ago. I need to do that pretty regular. I seen an air bubble right there. I think I got it out. I need to put on my reading glasses. I don't know what you do if you doing one of these in a big old bubble draws. Now I know there's something we used to do and we'd prick a bubble. It might have been something like this. I don't know. Maybe you could prick it and put blue water back over it. Let's look at it. It seems to be trying to crinkle. I got a crinkle right there. Maybe we need the pressure of my hand. So I'll do my hand again. Because I ain't no pro at this. Now there's a Facebook group that's all they talk about, this kind of stuff. And oh, they make, look, there's that place where that big piece was. And they make some beautiful things with decoupage. If I can, I'll try to put the link to it. And they like, most of them like to do the iron-on method, which I've never tried. But they know what they're doing. A lot of them, you know, there's a lot of newbies on there asking questions. You can learn a lot where they're answering their questions. You know, it looks like that separated. It did? Where that little piece was, the color come off. It'll be alright. And that's probably the little watercolor that came off. I hate the color come off in that spot. I might can disguise it a little bit with some paint. But okay, we'll let this dry. Okay, I ended up putting another piece of stencil right there because she looked like she had a brown hickey when I tried to fix that little spot. So okay, I wanted to show you my little cart a little better. It's got the tray that it's not very smooth, but that slides out. And then keep things under there. And I was thinking, well, I don't have enough room on top. I forgot about the sides lifting up that I can use that. So I've been stacking stuff over here. But it's got this little drawer on it. And I'll show you the other side. Okay, and here's the other side. Got some of my things stacked up, and that, I'm gonna paint it white again. I don't like the antiquing on it. It was in one of my other videos. And here's the little handle. And you know, you could probably find at a thrift store old table with leaves like this. And maybe, you know, put a square brace where each leg is connected to the brace. And put wheels on it and make your own cart. And put any old kind of handle on it. Because, you know, that's pretty handy. And here's the side view of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and paint the frame. And then I'll be able to decide if I want to go with pink on the mat or with the green. That might help if I can hold it up to it. Because right now the green's just not doing it for me. So, but first, I'm going to put this old cheap school glue on it. Or I can get some crackle. Okay, now I'm going to go around and just paint the frame. And I'm going to put it on pretty heavy. I want it like old and grungy looking, so I don't mind if it's a little bit globby. And they say with the crackle not to go over the area too many times, but with this chalk paint, it kind of crackles itself if it's put on thick, so I don't know if that's a big issue or not. Okay, it's mostly dry, and this is what I've got now. And right here, I'll touch that up because it's just too much of the gold showing and it's in like little lines. And right here, I'll touch that up. Right there. It's still a little wet in places. And, but it's getting the old grungy look. And so I don't worry about being sloppy because I like the old grungy look. And I got a friend, she paints a lot of furniture, Dana. And she can get it so smooth looking. And if I ever have to do a smooth surface, I'll have to get some tips from her. But I'll go back and touch some of these places up. Okay, I got my frame painted. And I'm going to distress mostly this little edge. I like using this to distress with. And I don't have water in it, I just wet the sponge. Okay, I decided while I was at it to do this little edge. Okay, imagine that's not going across it. Let's raise this up. Okay, I'll probably put some of this on the frame and down in here. And this is a glaze, a little brown tint in it. And I'm thinking I'm gonna make that pink. It just looks gorgeous with the pink, that's all I know. And I'm not gonna use the glass. One thing, I didn't on the other one either. I think it didn't have a glass. This was a foam board on the back and had these staples, and I just had to pull them all out, so I would have to, my shop's a wreck, and so I don't know where my staple gun that might would work on this is. Plus, I think it's more like art without the glass, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna put a little bit of, I need a brush. I'll use paper towel for now. Just put a little bit of this glaze. Mostly along the edges and in the corners. And then I'll go around, do the whole inside that way and try to keep it off of this. And I don't know if I'll put this on the frame or not. We'll see. Now this is what you call a second chance. I got the wavy one off. And see, there's what the back looks like. I may just paint that. I'm going to put a coat of this on there. Or maybe two. However many it takes. Okay, I don't know if I'll cut out the part where I was trying to do the background like that background, the pink. But, gotta change your plans. Cause I don't even want to fool with it again. So, I got my stencil brush. Okay, I put a stencil on it, but I really don't like it because it looks too modern compared to that. So, okay, I'm painting the background with some watered down pink and a sponge. I've got it hot glued in there. And I'm going to put some of this over the pink. But I got to put on here enough to get it down into the grooves. Okay, let me go ahead and wipe it. This towel is huge. Okay, yeah. I think that looks better now. That's one thing I noticed. Like if I use Mod Podge to put that on and put the Mod Podge on top, I think it would be shinier than it was with the glue and water. So that's one thing I liked about the glue. Okay, this one has really put me through the ringer. Because I was trying to get the background to look like that one. And it just wasn't working. I've done it pink. and then I repainted it white, and then I put pink stencil, and so I'm sticking with the white. And I made these molds. I ordered them offline, and I've put glue in the corner and around them, and now I'm going to paint that white, and hopefully it'll crackle and look good. Because the paint, it kind of crackled. I put it on thick. I was hoping it would, and it did. So I'll be painting over this. Okay, I've put some glue right through here too, in these middle spaces, and I kind of dried it a little bit, and now I'm going to drag the brush over it just to give it that sloppy old, I think I see a hair right there, I'll get it later, just to get the sloppy old look. See how it's all, see how it's crumpling up? And then I'm thinking where the glue is showing and it leaves shiny spots, I'll do like a little whitewash, put some of this paint in some water and go over it. Oh, look at that clump. I'm trying to stay off camera because I don't have my pants on. Alright, that looks pretty grungy. Kinda like that. Okay, we'll see how it turns out. Okay. I just couldn't leave well enough alone. And so I mixed this paint with some water and put it on here and wiped it off. And I actually went back with wet paper towel on parts of it. And I left a little more in the corners. And it stayed in the cracks so good. But it's still pink. But let me show you on one of these corners. I'll go through here too. Get it in all these little crackles. I mean, I liked it solid white, but it just still just didn't look right or something. You know, I might could have went with a beige in that area. You know, just something a little, I don't know. But it won't be pink. I don't have much crackle in this corner though. I got a little carried away, put my paint on these things. I almost, well, paint and glue. I almost got rid of the design because the glue and stuff's so thick. There we go. And that's how I'm doing it. And then I'll go back with the glaze and then spray it. And hopefully I'll leave it alone. Okay, I wanted to show you the difference so far. There's where I've put the glaze with the brown tint in it. and then I haven't right there, so it's knocked down that paint where it's not so bright, so I'm happy with it, I think. And see, I made it really thin. I put a lot of water, and you know, it's that glaze that I have in the Powerade bottle that I use in a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna finish this up. Just wanted to show you the difference it made, where it don't look like nursery pink. Okay, I got it finished. Let me know what you think about it. I like it a lot, but I still like the pink that's on the original one. So I still like the original one better, but it turned out pretty good. I ended up putting another coat of the glaze with the brown tint in it without water, and so because it was still a little too bright pink. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in on one of these corners. That crackle helped a lot. I kind of wish I would put the glue. See how thick it is right there? I wish I'd have made it kind of thick all through here, I believe. I don't know. But I like it regardless. I think it turned out so pretty. Anyway, there she is. I hope you like it, and I hope you like the video, and I hope you'll subscribe. Bye, y'all.